Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Gabriella. I make videos about astrology, self-care, mental health, theater actor life, Disney life, and whatever else I feel like talking about. So if that sounds like your jam, please stick around, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. I am standing for today's video because it's a juicy one. You guys love when I make videos about Scorpios. I have many Scorpio friends. I have dated my fair share of Scorpios fairly recently. And I don't know, it's just, you guys always comment and say make more Scorpio videos. So I don't mean to give special favor to Scorpios, but it's something that you request and that you guys enjoy watching and I enjoy talking about. So today I thought of this concept because I'm a Virgo rising and a Virgo Mercury. We love our lists. I thought of the video concept, 10 reasons why dating a Scorpio will ruin your life. So I'm gonna give you the juicy deets on what it's really like to date a Scorpio and to break up with a Scorpio, because I actually have not been dumped by a Scorpio before, or by anyone, but knock on wood, but I've never been dumped by a Scorpio. I have broken up with a couple of them and it still is incredibly painful. So let me just give you my little juicy tips on why you will never quite be the same after you have a romantic relationship with a Scorpio. Let's get into it. Number one, Scorpios are incredibly deep. They thrive on depth and truth and transparency in their relationships. When they get into a relationship, it's really important for them to be open with that person. They're not a sign that is open with everyone and transparent with everyone and shares their deepest, darkest facets with everyone. So if they do that with you, it's really significant. So in that sense, a relationship with a Scorpio, you will get used to seeing someone for the core that they are, seeing someone to, you know, the deepest little microscopic piece of their identity. You will see all of the facets of them. They will expect the same from you. In many ways, relationships with Scorpios can be quite triggering because they can open up a lot of wounds for people that they thought were healed. Scorpio is all about rebirth and this sort of death, rebirth, the death of the ego. So really they have that effect on other people. For you to take a look at how you've been living and reinvent yourself and learn that there are deeper ways of connection than you ever thought possible. So they will definitely make you accustomed to connecting on that intimate level, and you will unfortunately realize that in this world, not many people are willing or able to connect with you on that deep level. So in that sense, it can kind of kill you to realize that depth, you don't just find that everywhere. Number two, going off of that same idea, they will help unlock sides of you that you perhaps did not know existed. I'm talking about maybe being a little more familiar with your shadow side, perhaps exploring things in the bedroom that you normally wouldn't, because Scorpios are really a sign that with their partner, it's like, I'll try anything once. I'll try anything twice, really. I had a Scorpio friend who said that. He's like, I'll try anything twice, actually, just to make sure. But they will help you unlock sides of you, especially shadow sides that you may have been repressing, that you perhaps thought were not even a part of your identity. You may have been living with those sides of yourself locked away, and they gave you the key to access that. And so in dating them and them helping you go through that process, it's a major thing to realize, oh my gosh, how much time have I wasted not living as my true self? You know, by breaking down your walls and connecting with you on that raw level, that intimate level, that often uncomfortable level, they're allowing you to access so many different parts of your personality and become, you know, multi-dimensional. And not that you can't do that by yourself, but truly a relationship with a Scorpio will really shake things up for you identity-wise if that's something you've been needing. And so it is unfortunate to think, how much time have I been wasting living as this kind of vanilla version of myself? No pun intended, but number three, I'm just gonna be transparent. They will ruin sex for you. For Scorpio, sex is a completely spiritual, earth-shattering, I mean, it's the root of everything. It's really the root of everything they do. That energy, that sexual energy and drive, that is just the frequency they live on all the time. That is their domain, okay? They rule the genitals and the bowels and all of that stuff down there. And so they are rulers of that kingdom, okay? Not just in the zodiac sense. I don't know what it is, because it doesn't matter their age or their level of experience. They're gifted. They are gifted. And I will just say that once you have an intimate relationship with a Scorpio, it is really hard to find people that can live up to that, because it's not only a physical connection, it's mental, it's spiritual, it's pushing boundaries in a safe way, but it's, you know, finding the edge of your comfort zone. It's trying new things. It's realizing you can embody different energies within your sexuality. It's a harsh reality check when you realize not everyone brings what Scorpio can bring to the table, or to the bed, or to the shower. Now, we all know Scorpio is the scorpion, and they have a stinger. They know how to sting. It's one of the reasons why generally people are like, ooh, Scorpio, scary. No one really puts their finger on it. They just know that Scorpio is a sign to go, ooh, because they're sexual and dark and they are vengeful. But I think everybody can be vengeful. Everybody wants to feel like someone who hurt them maybe knows they're suffering. As human beings, we just want that security that someone is suffering with us. It's very strange. Scorpio, the reason why it's so effective and they're so, you know, remembered for being this sign of revenge and all of that is because when they're in a relationship with anyone, it doesn't matter romantic or not, they know someone so deeply, as we've talked about, and the more people know you, the deeper someone knows you, the more truthfully they know you, the deeper they're able to hurt you. For example, it's a reason why, you know, now as I've matured, YouTube comments don't bother me so much. I don't go through them and read them all the time, but I get mean comments all the time. I'm sure I'll get a bunch on this video. Those people do not know me. They have no idea about my life. They don't know my true identity. They can call me stupid. They can call me ugly, not knowledgeable, fake, arrogant. They can call me all these things, but they don't really have insight into who I am, so I don't really find their observations valid or anything I would need to listen to. Now, if my best friend or someone I dated who knew me inside out and who saw the parts of me that I don't share with people, the internet or just casual friends or anyone or even family members, and they made a comment about who I am as a person, that would affect me very deeply. It does affect me very deeply. And so that's the reason why Scorpios, they know how to sting. Even so, it's not like they're plotting to hurt you. It's more just because you've allowed them this soft patch in your armor, right? It's like you're a dragon and you find the space between your scales. This is the Hobbit reference, right? The soft space where their scales are separating, where you can stab the dragon. You know, you might come off as a big, great dragon to everybody else, but when somebody knows where that weak spot is, boom, you're toast. So that's what a Scorpio can do. I'm not trying to warn you against letting people in. You just have to know that to love is to suffer. Not only just to suffer, to love brings all sorts of special things, but if you want a relationship with a Scorpio, that depth and that freedom of feeling like someone sees all of you and accepts all of you, then you have to accept the reality that they will know your weak spots. And those can be used against you, even if not intentionally. Scorpio will sort of become your lifeline. I like to think of Scorpio energy in the best way. It's almost like they're an IV. There's something that when you're with them, when you establish a relationship with them, when they even just come into your lives, something starts running through your veins. Your anatomy changes. Your makeup changes. You can feel them in you and a part of you all the time. It's one of the most addicting and fascinating and amazing parts of knowing a Scorpio. It's like they're with you all the time. But in that sense, it's really easy to become dependent on them because they can really be caretakers because of their desire for control, because of their desire to have things managed, and they can be quite dominant. They're a fixed sign. They're stubborn, they're dominant, just like Leo. They can enjoy taking care of you, taking the reins. And so you can get quite used to having someone who takes care of you, who is your lifeline, who understands you just as well as you understand yourself. And that is really addictive because you start to not feel alone in the world. Because this is really strange, but I just came out of a relationship with a Scorpio, and because this person, we explored all the darkest sides of ourselves. I was telling a friend that not having this person in my life, I was struggling to feel real. I don't know if that makes any sense. If anyone is a Scorpio or has been with a Scorpio, you can understand how when someone sees you for who you are, you start to feel concrete, you start to feel real, because yes, we know we're real, we breathe, we're living, we can affect things. When I push this, it falls over. But when someone sees it and validates it, it's sort of like otherwise you're being a ghost, right? If someone's like, I see you, the ghost is like, yeah, okay, so I'm here, so you see me, so I'm in this realm. Okay, that's kind of what it feels like, at least for me. Being with a Scorpio reminds you that you're real, and that can become so addictive, and it can become your lifeline to feeling good about yourself, or feeling validated, or feeling worthy of anything, feeling whole. It's easy for people to fall into this trap of seeking outside validation, and especially with someone with Scorpio energy giving you so much and kind of giving you this bolstering confidence to your new identity, perhaps, or to your identity in general. You can forget that you are the most important cheerleader to have on your team. They're stubborn. They are stubborn. They are not a sign that's going to succumb to cheap little ways to get them back or anything like that. Once they have their mind made up, they're set. Now, they might change their mind tomorrow and be set in that, but until then, they're not budging. And trust me, as a Leo, as a fixed sign known for being stubborn, dating a Scorpio who is also a fixed sign known for being stubborn, it is actually unbelievable. Leo more will rush to do things to make themselves feel better. Like, okay, I don't like this bad feeling, let's just get over it. Can't we just forgive each other and move on? And the Scorpio is like, no, if it's not the way that I want it to go, no. No, that's their favorite word, no. And I was just reading about Enneagrams, and Enneagram 8 is so Scorpio to me, it's freaky. But anyway, they are so stubborn. And in that sense, if you ever break up with them, or if you have a fight with them, unless they're pretty evolved, they're not the type that's gonna reach out to you first. So you've got to sort of be prepared to be the bigger person in a lot of these situations. If you've already got a big ego, if you're already very stubborn, if you already only want things your way, you're gonna run into some trouble with a Scorpio, because they're the same way and they're quite hard to change. Often they're very proud of their stubbornness, they're very proud of their strength and their sort of resistance to succumbing to people, or just sweeping things under the rug and getting over their grudges and things like that. So you will have to sit in that discomfort that either you reach out and be the bigger person and kind of do something embarrassing and uncomfortable, or that's it. Jedi mind games, people. Jedi mind games. Scorpios are the Jedis of the zodiac, okay? Listen, because they know you through and through, they know how your mind works. Don't ever think that a Scorpio does not pay attention to every little detail, every way that you respond to things, every little thing that triggers you, every little thing that makes you happy, every little thing that makes you soften up when they want something done their way. It reminds me of a grimoire, I guess. It's like a spell book. They have a spell book for everybody they know, and they know how to cast these different spells on other people. Now, it's not so much manipulation that they're aware of. It's, to me, most of the time, unless there's other things going on with them, regardless of zodiac sign, they're not evil. They're not trying to manipulate you. They just naturally know that it works. So why not use it, right? Like, why not try to make you laugh when I'm trying to get you to soften up? Why not bring up something from the past so you feel a little uncomfortable and your defenses are down because your argument is now invalid? They really know how to knock down your defenses like that because they're in here, baby. I said they're all up in your body. That includes the brain. They know how your brain works. They know every key to every little emotion, and they will absolutely use Jedi mind tricks on you, and you will not understand how you got in the position you are in. That sounded weird, but you know what I'm saying. You will be like, wait, I literally told myself I wasn't gonna do this, that I wasn't gonna meet up with him again, or that I wasn't gonna try this thing. And then somehow here I am doing it and I want to. Jedi mind tricks. You will realize how weak your mind can really be in the right hands. Did I mention they will ruin sex for you? Okay. Oh, you guys, as I said, their presence in your life, physical and non-physical, right? Just the thoughts of them or them being around. It's all consuming. It's like this intense, crazy wave. And because their presence is all consuming, their absence will also be all consuming. All breakups are terrible, right? In different ways. A certain breakup, I was devastated and heartbroken because I lost my best friend in the world. I lost the person who knew my sense of humor to a T. I'm like, who can ever make me laugh like that again? Who can ever know how to cheer me up when I'm down? Who's gonna be my best friend now in that way? So breakups, really, all of them have different energies when you're getting over them. You're mourning the loss of different sort of roles that someone played in your life that you're realizing. And for a Scorpio, it feels like a physical part of your body is missing. There is a void somewhere. You don't know what your identity is. You don't know who you are. This can be sometimes. Now, I will warn you, aside from astrology, that's also a sign of codependence, and I'm speaking from experience. And so if you're feeling like you're codependent, that's something you've got to work on within yourself, and then you can find healthier relationships and you won't be reliving this pattern. But being with a Scorpio can really leave you so lost and so almost feeling purposeless when you lose them. It's just like getting something that was in your system out of your system. It takes time. There's a detox period, and it is so easy to succumb to that itch to have them back, to have that piece back, right? But it's up to you if that's right for you or not. The suffering of not being with them is immense. And the final reason that dating a Scorpio will ruin your life is because you will always love them. I'm not saying this to make you feel bad if you're not with your Scorpio that you still love. I just want to be transparent that it's okay to love people who didn't work out for you. That's all right, you know? It's okay to love people who were toxic for you. It's normal. Why else? If you didn't love them, you wouldn't just be sticking around through all of that. You know that the way that they treated you is not right. So you obviously love them. It's okay to love people that can hurt you. It's okay to love people that romantically you didn't work out. It's okay to love people and the physical intimacy dies. It's okay. You can love people and not be expected to marry them and have a fairy tale life. But with a Scorpio especially, I feel like even after the mental and emotional detox period is through, there is always a part of you that is soft for that Scorpio, that always leaves your scale a little bit open, because now you remember all the parts of your identity that you discovered through being with them, the lessons. Perhaps they were hard lessons, perhaps they were joyful lessons, Perhaps you had an awakening. Perhaps you had an ego death and a rebirth. But there's always something very deeply impactful about a relationship with a Scorpio. Even if you know them for a few weeks and that's the extent of the relationship, that impact is like a tattoo. So I don't want to make it seem like you'll always be empty, but your usual little things, shopping, drugs, alcohol, new partners, moving, your old usual vices are not going to help you get over something like this deep impact, if you're resonating with what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, they'll kind of be a little tattoo over your heart, but that's why great songs are written. That's why great poems are written. And I think that's what life is about, you know? Taking that risk, possibly getting hurt, and either way, it's a lesson. At least for me, I'm really thankful for all the Scorpios that I've ever met and that I have in my life. So if you are a Scorpio, thank you for the depth and the beauty and the intensity and the shamelessness that you bring to this world. You encourage others to be their authentic selves, explore the darker sides of them, explore their emotion. I love me some Scorpios. You guys know I do. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it a little funny or helpful or at least relatable. And I will talk to you in my next video. Mwah! Bye guys.